Hey guys, in this video, trying something different again. Something that I've come to enjoy is tackling Too Tall Toby's speed modelling challenges. We're in May, so Toby has posted 3 new challenges for the month. This monthly leaderboard challenge requires you to model 3 parts, get the correct mass, show that on the screen before moving on to the next part in as quick and efficient a method as possible using any CAD. Obviously, we're SolidWorks specialists here, so we're going to focus on that. Last month, I spent a lot of time, hours, a couple of hours, at the start of the month, coming up with a plan, modeling it, probably did it 5 or 6 times and posting, and then watched as the days of the month went by and slowly my time dropped down a little bit down the leaderboard and people passed me, leapfrogged me. And I didn't quite have the motivation to go again. So I think what would be interesting to do this month is to show you my original plan, okay, have a baseline. I'm going to work through each of these models. So I'll just move my head out of the way. Work through each of these models, show you how to think about it from a speed modeling perspective. I'll probably time lapse my failed attempts or my practice as I go through. And then when I start to do some good attempts and get to the best one, I keep that at 1:1 speed and that'll be posted at the end of the video. So this might be a longish video. I'll put timestamps in there so you can skip ahead to the important parts. And then we'll post the video towards the end of the month and see how we go. So yeah, let's get to it. Hope you enjoy. Cheers. I will show you and explain to you how, as a SolidWorks certified expert, I would tackle these with the modeling tools that I use daily, and let's see if we can get a really efficient method for each of these parts. Okay, so how we're probably going to do this is I'll shrink my screens a bit here so that I can get the images up to the side. So I'm not taking up the whole screen with the SolidWorks viewport. So we'll do something like this and we'll get the drawing up so we can refer to that as we're going. Yeah, shrink that. We've got pretty much all the dimensions in. There we go, one there, okay. And might just shrink my head a little bit for this too. All right, so first model, ABS. So I've got my templates here. Very important for any speed modeling that you got templates set up. These templates are set up just with the materials assigned already to the part file, so that when I start that file, I don't have to add the materials. I just need to look at the mass when it comes to the end of the challenge. Yeah, and then I've just saved each version here so I know which is which. That's it, or inches, and then the material. So millimeters ABS, that option. And now let's have a look at the model. So symmetrical, down the middle, we'd want to use our hole wizard for a couple of those holes. Those holes are the same. So once we do a hole using the hole wizard here, the next time we use that hole wizard, we'll have the same dimensions there. So that'll work well for this first model. The second model doesn't have any hole wizard holes. The third one doesn't either. So that's good. It means you only need to use it on this first one. And then the rest of it, look, you're probably getting like this. You can see my cursor on screen here. So if I look at this top view, if we can draw one section on the side, extrude that up, do this part here, do the top hole wizards and mirror, we're done. Okay, because it's all symmetrical around that. So let's give that a go. Now, when we're starting the model, these first runs are just about working out the most efficient way of doing it. It's not trying to do it really fast off the bat. We just want to be clean and get our planes and everything right there. And then as we get into it, we'll work out the most efficient way to do like a sketch path, add your dimensions and so on. So as we start this, I'm not too worried about that kind of thing. I just want to get the shapes right. And we might pick up a couple of elements of that along the way. So for instance, we are going to mirror it. All right, we've got to fill it in there for 30. We've got some dimensions here. It's going to be 22 and the gap is 8, so it's going to be 4. It's going to be in line, and then the length 55, 70 in the middle. Okay, so that's the first profile, and that's almost got everything you need in for that main shape. And then we've got this tangent shape coming across, so out, down, and in. We've got some measurements here, so those are going to be, so there's probably going to be a mirror function around this plane, which will be our front plane there. Now this is something I'm going to have to get better at here. Those are going to be symmetric. That is going to be tangent, that line, and just turn on this tool. Between them will be 38. 24 at the end. All right, that should be it. That should be all we need to sketch for this whole part. So then we're going to extrude. Which one we do first, I'm not sure if it's going to matter. That construction line, we want to get rid of that later so that we don't have to do two selections here. That's going to come up 41, and then we want to use that again. This time again, yeah, get rid of that construction line. That's going to come up 20. Now hole wizard. So select a face, select hole wizard. I might want to fix this error. So that's another thing I need to do. I'm just going to screenshot that so I can fix that when I pause. And now a little trick I've learned here with these numbers that we see. So for any holes that Toby dimensions here, it's very consistent for the dimensioning standard. So the first number 12 through will be your first number here, where I've got 9. Second number 24 will be the second number here, and the third number will be the depth, 5. Okay. The only other thing you'll need to change is if it's inches or millimeters, you'll need to change the standard here so that it's using the right units. In this case, it's fine. So now I set my position. I need to put it 1 there, and I've got to dimension that one. So that's going to be horizontal from there, and 99 that divided by 2. That one's done. I want to do the same one here. So the dimensions are the same. I've just got to put that in. And now here I can see a mistake that I've made. I should get that radius in first. So that's a 15 mil radius. 15. You want to get that in first so that you can use that reference for the center point of that as your reference for that hole. Okay, so it looks pretty good. We mirror. So I'm going to customize my shortcut manager here and get mirror on that shortcut command. So I'm going to go to features, find the mirror tool, and put that on here. Just put it on at the end. Now I might need to play with this. There we go, mirror. Let's come up, merge, done. Now if we've got that right, it's going to be 183 grams. Something is missing, so we need to find that out. 181, 183. Okay, so let's go into some troubleshooting now. I'm going to save this. I am starting to save all the models that he posts, because I think later they might come in handy. Content, this will be May 2024 and 24.5 clamp bracket. Saving it also lets me do a drawing and identify where my issues are. So if I can't pick it up just from viewing the model, then I will go into a drawing and work it out. So 183 grams at the moment, I'm off by 2 grams. So let's just do that. I think it might be quicker. I'm going to make a drawing, and I'm going to get in our standard 3 views, and I'm just going to match exactly the views that I can see on his file. And then all I'm doing is matching the dimensions. So first I'll match the view types, so I can see hidden lines. And I'm just going to go one by one and check that we're matching off with everything we need to. I basically put them in exactly the same dimensions in locations as the drawings so that I can easily reference what is potentially missing. 12, 24. Okay, so that drawing's all correct, right? No issues. This drawing, 33, get some center lines in, which, yeah, that'll be half that, 66, 20, 41. Okay, so that's all correct. So anything wrong must be somewhere in this top view. Might be somewhere around where I've mirrored it, I think. I will put that center mark in. Now the trick with the center marks, you can drag them out, use those as center lines for reference. So I can use the 4, I can do the 22, 44, although we know there's not too much point there. 5 we know is okay. 8, just because we're copying everything. 12. All right, now here's where I'll start to get juicy. So we've got radius 33, and just to copy, we'll get a diameter in there, 66. 42 for the inside, they're all good. Now maybe it's where I made these two symmetric, maybe they're not symmetric. We'll find out in a second. Got 119 there, and we've got another 19 on the bottom side. Okay, so we've got those as symmetric. Got our radius 30, put you there. 24. We've got our holes. All right, so they're all correct. So what else are we missing? Centerline to centerline, 49.5. And that would be all the dimensions. So let's save this drawing too, just for reference. Now we want to make sure all our geometry is correct, like the holes all the way through. Material is right, ABS. Check the density is right. So I'm just going through and trying to eliminate issues. So density is correct, of course. Are these edges tangent? Yes. All right, so maybe there's a tricky element somewhere. Found my issue. So that counter bore there, that's not a match. It's only one side. So that's why I was missing that, which means where that mirror happens, I need to do that fillet and do the fillet beforehand, before the mirror, but that counter bore needs to be afterwards. There we go. So easy solution, and then we've got 183. Beautiful. All right, so efficiencies with this model, I think a lot of it, I think the counter bore here, the mirror here, and the fillet is all correct. Do that all first up, so park that. So it's this element here, that counter bore is probably the quickest way to do that, but perhaps finding the location instead of doing that dimension, if we can reference something in an earlier sketch to locate it, that might help. Now this is pretty quick. It will be one sketch profile. However, we want to clean that up, so we only have to select once. And I'm thinking it's something to do with this shape here. So what I'd like to do, given we already have the references and what I did last month, I just put all this in a folder. Just name it, attempt 1, hide that body. When you hide that body, it actually takes weight out of your model. So you can have multiple attempts in one model as you're working. And then you can see and make some calls about, what's got the less features or what's got the lower number of sketches or requirements to get to that same point. So this time I'm going to try it a little bit quicker, but I've still got this here as a reference. So I can see the dimensions, and if there's a quick way of sketching this without, simplifying some of the dimensions and stuff we're putting in, we can do it. So let's give it another go. Now, I do like doing these 2 circles, and I like doing this shape here. I think that's going to be pretty quick. I do think I might be able to make, if I had this front plane showing, perhaps I can mirror that element. If it doesn't want to always make that plane selection easy, and that makes it tricky with that sketch on the side. So maybe I won't worry about that. Let's try that again. Now, can I make them equal? I can't make them equal, no. And I want to make this out before construction. And so maybe I draw that line first, then I draw these 2, select these, and mirror. Now I'm going to have to learn where this mirror shortcut is, and it's not there. I've got to get it here. So I'm going to customize that sketch. What does it look like? Mirror. Not going to be a problem at all, is it? Mirror. Okay. So here's my next trick. I'm going to put these dimensions on the other side here so they don't get in the way. So when I select these, I can go mirror. Boom, like that. I'm going to have issue with that line. Okay, 24. Maybe I can dimension that line as I go. 38. All right, so that's pretty good. Splitting this shape, that's going to be interesting. So we know that we want to get a rectangular shape here. What is the dimension that we want to go from that arc? That's going to be a tricky dimension to do, because I want to be able to input the dimension as I do the sketches. If I do it the other way, so if I went from here to here, you can see that that dimension there is not a nice one, 49.384. But I can do 70 by 18 and go to the middle. Then I feel I'm going to have worse shapes to do. Like I then have to put that there and have to do another dimension to get that out there. Plus I've got a lot more stuff to cut away. So don't like that. I'm going to, and even doing this way is going to have some problems as well. Now I know that gap is 4 and it's 22. So that makes that's 18, and we can probably, that's got to be vertical. I'm just thinking through one of my issues here, and that length is 70 from the middle. All right. Right now though, like I can't fill it between that and that line, or can I? No, see, because it's not trimmed. And if I trim that now, I lose that center circle there, so I have to do a line here. Then I can trim, and then I can radius. That's okay. And then how will this function? I still have to select 2 there, but I only have to select 1 profile here, so that's not as bad. Okay, so that's reasonable now. So that you can see here, was my first time sketching, and here's my second time. I still think we can refine that a little bit, the order of those curves, those sketch lines, to get a better result. But after those two extrudes, I think the holes are going to remain the same. So I'm going to leave it there, and we will come back to this one in a few weeks' time when a few more people have shown some demos. So save, close, and let's have a look at the next. All right, so inches, plain carbon steel. What's tricky about this model? There's two patterns happening. So first you've got the pattern of those four, the cross that's on the bottom. Okay, there's four of those. But then the ribs on the inside, there's only three. So yeah, that'll be a test to see whether it's quicker to do it in a sketch of one, pattern 4. I'm thinking it might be quicker to sketch it all, extrude it up, and go that way. We could do a revolve, and I'm thinking to do the revolve because of the wall profile. So even a revolve thin, although the revolve thin would give you an angle for this top edge at this point. So if you do a thin revolve, it will have like a little face that sits up like that instead of sitting horizontal. So maybe that's not the go. You see that different wall thickness too on the outside wall and that bottom part that sticks out the bottom. Because doing an extrude is not the right idea because you do the extrude with draft. It could be, but you're doing multiple steps. And I can't see a dimension for doing it via an extrude. So you want a dimension of like the bottom circle or the top circle. 10 degrees, 55.5, 10 degrees down, and it's going down 2.75. Could do that. And then shell, I think maybe it's just do that whole sketch profile. So do this section view, sketch profile, revolve it, and then you do your other two extrudes and work out a very efficient way of doing them. So let's give that a go. Start with the construction line. Remember, it doesn't need to be super fast on this one. I'm going to go up and I'm going to draw that profile, just sketching. Just want to get this in line down here and we'll get some holes done. So we'll go 0.75 for that, 5.5 for that. What else do we have? 1.25 for the middle. That's on the top side. For the bottom, it's not telling us, is it? The thickness of this wall section here. Like it looks like half, but I can't see it. So I can see ribs here, I can see spacing there, center point of those holes, hole sizes. But nothing on that wall. That's very interesting. Let's do a draft angle, 10, and we'll do some heights. All right, that's caused a little bit of trouble there. At the bottom, it is 0.75. The top is 0.5 off. Thickness 0.375. Now, is there a quicker way to do this? That's not the one. 3/8. I'm going to have to learn those shortcuts. And now these ribs coming down at 0.75. 3 divided by 4, yep. And, well, that's the rib. I don't want to put that rib in here. Sorry. Take that out and put that here. 3 divided by 8. And then this one. I just don't have this dimension. Very interesting. Oh, it's the cross is what I'm seeing. Okay, so it will be controlled by the cross. And the size of the cross is 0.375 across. So we're going to have to work it out by doing something like this. It's centerpiece slot. It's going to be 3 by 8, and the size of that big circle was 6.5. So do it like this, 45 degrees. All right, and see where that line crosses right there? That's our point. So now we can go back to this first sketch, and can I drop it below? Yep, drop it below. Drop it on that point so it's piercing, and then I've got the dimension. 0.155. Oof, that's what it is. 0.155. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Make it driven. I'll use that later. But let's finish this sketch first. So that sketch is fully defined. Is it in the middle? No. No, it's not in the middle. So it's just an awkward number there. And you know what? I actually think that that section of the revolve shouldn't be there at all. Because we'll do that little section. We'll just do that with that extrude on the bottom. So change your plans. Get rid of all that. Fix our measurements, so we're going to have this in line with the origin, and we're going to make sure our height is correct. So it's that minus 0.75. I think that should be right there. Okay, cool. Revolve. Looks pretty good. Now, this part, we obviously need to come up on the outside of the body, but not on the inside of the body. So that's our problem here. By having that on the top plane means we need to mess around a bit to get that to happen. But if I did that first sketch offset like I had it, that could save us some time. So not sure if this is the best approach yet. Anyway, let's keep going with that sketch. So we've done one of them. I think here, the answer might be just doing one slot, doing a pattern. Let's get these holes in and we'll see. 0.410, what is that? Because we want to come up, this whole rib is 1.75, but we want to offset it 0.75 the other way, but we only want to go up to next. We don't want to come up on the inside, right? So that is an issue. We don't want to have to do a second feature to remove that material on the inside, and the hole in particular be an issue because it's like a thin feature without having that crossover. You can see it's right on the edge, right? So that would give me problems. Yeah, it's actually a nice complicated model to think about. Yeah, it's a tricky one. I'd really like to go extrude up to next, but up to next won't cut it because it stops at a certain distance. So that won't work. I think we have to go multi-body then and just cut that hole again afterwards, in which case I also want to do the second sketch here, which I can just mirror like so, then do an extrude, put all my measurements in again, select out contours. Now if I did that, that's not going to work. Got to do that and then cut the hole, unmerge. Will it merge this together? Yep. I cut everything on the inside, convert, extrude, cut. I can't do through all because of that bit in the middle. I get the feeling this process might not be the quickest. It might be doing the bottom extrude first, then doing a revolve followed by a cut, and then the ribs. So it's just going to work here. So we're going to extrude, our revolve, and then we use different faces, different elements of that sketch. So in this revolve sketch, you can just draw another line in here. Now that's going to cause a problem for what we've got first up, but we just need to change the contour selection. All right, and then we can do the same revolve, this time a revolve cut, and we're selecting a different area. See how that worked? And we do have to do that hole again here, or we can do that in that same revolve cut. Let's see if it likes it. Line there, scratch that. Extend this line and extend this line. Okay, contours are the same, but now in this cut revolve, I can select another contour, which is that middle bit. And I just want to get it going all the way through. And that is where sketching it higher is going to save us time. So it's going to save us time twice because I won't have to do the offset. I won't have to do the offset that I'm doing for this extrude, and that sketch is going to be faster. So let's go in and change things around. So we get that off there. This becomes plus 0.75. This becomes higher. I still want that on the origin, but now I want that 0.75. I'm going to bring this one down to the middle. That is still going to join there. Okay, so, and then I can change this one, scrap the offset, just go up. There we go. It's even updated it for us. And then all we're going to do is that middle rib. So top plane. Now that rib is 0.75 off the top. I want to do it from this line here. So I'm not going to do it as a rib because I want to use the offset tool. And the thickness of it is 0.25. This one I will go up to next. So this is the offset tool here that I'm going to use, 0.75. I'm going to merge that and I'm going to circular pattern that one 3 times. 0.918, we are done. Save. All right, so first thoughts on efficiency. I'd like to be able to do this all in one hit, which you know what, I think I probably can. Just by doing 3 sketches, it should work. But I have to do the linear pattern here. It's not going to be fully defined, but it will function. That's okay. I don't mind that, and that is much quicker than doing a pattern. So that can stay. And then my others, so I've got one sketch on the bottom. This sketch here, where I'm doing one shape. Could I do this quicker? So I wonder if for that one I could do, let's just hide that again. So top, I like doing a straight slot. So we can do a straight slot out like this. We've got to get the width in, which is 6/8. It's got to be 45. It's got to be 6.5 divided 2. And it's got to have one hole. Okay. And then should we pattern it? I feel like that's going to cause problems. Well, maybe you can see that circle in the middle. That actually might work really well because that circle then becomes, that circle becomes our 0.375, our 0.75 through hole. That could be really handy. So we're going to extrude. We're going to do 4 selections. This is the part I don't like. We have to do 1, 2, we have to do 8 selections, but we already get a hole. All right, so that makes that revolve. That means that sketch a bit easier. I don't have to do this hole all the way through because it's there. You feel me? That hole is there. So I'm not gonna, should we save it? Yeah, let's not be too quick. Attempt 1, we can recreate this sketch easy enough. Let's do a little trick. Front plane, convert. I want to delete relations, delete all, okay. And then I'll have a go myself. Sketch, fully defined sketch. Give me some dimensions and I can delete what I don't need. What I do need, don't need this one. Don't need this one. I do need this one. I can use that line. No, I'll have to sketch one. So I still want to sketch a construction line. I'll just make it easier later. That's fine there. Bottom of the height there. That, well, that'll become the, that's the 5.5. This one I don't need. This one I don't need. This one I don't need. And this one, I want to use this. That I don't need because this one is an angle, which we'll do. This one is parallel, dimension there, dimension there. So those are the dimensions I'd use. And then we do our revolve. No thin feature, select contour, merge, select sketch, another revolve cut, select contour, this one, cut, looking good, and then our rib. So the rib again, from this line to this line, extruding mid-plane, going up to next, offset 0.75, but got to do 3 sketches and must be mid-plane. Yep, do that one, circular pattern 3. 0.981, okay. I feel like that's pretty quick. I think we just need to tidy up this one. No, not that one, this one. So it'll be trying to work out the dimensions we need to put in without having to dimension from the center line. All right, let's move on to the third one. Tier 4, aluminium alloy. So I immediately see side profile with the curve on the top, but also this profile is really nice, symmetrical. Like there's nothing tricky about it. This is all speed. It's kind of like you want to do the outside shape. What's it on the bottom? A circle. Yeah, that's not great. There's the circle 36. The top bit is 40, so it's a bit bigger. I think that circle on the bottom becomes the last element that you do. The way that these shapes go, like that hole's going through, but this section here is, it's merging with this face around here. So you might extrude this circle first, go through, and then extrude that down. Yeah, you can see on this area here, it doesn't pass through that face. So if you sketch it underneath and just merge it all the way through, that'll be fine. So it's good to go. Let's start on the side view, right view. We're doing this shape first, 40 and 66. And we're going to extrude one direction and we're going to go halfway, which is 55 divided by 2. We're going to go on the top and we'll do another hole. This will be the 36 and the 18. Now this is one we might want to change. Comes down 40 and it's going up to next. So going down 40, up to next. And that up to next won't work because we haven't mirrored yet. So I might just go blind and make it 15. Just going to make sure it merges. Yep, okay, that's okay. And then the top shape, I will do it from the outside. So we're going to go on the outside, fill it later, straight down, in. All right, and then dimensions with a radius. Radius 16. 12 mil thickness, 4 mil on the outside. Okay, so maybe that should be separate. We want to put this radius in, make sure that's big enough, or maybe we sketch it in as we go. Offset 12, I only want to do those bits. Okay, and then dimension 18, 12, 12, 12, yep, 51 there. Make sure that that's above that edge, which it is. Don't need to dimension it. If we sketch it right, that's going to be fine, as long as it's low enough. Or we could drop it there, but I don't want to have to change drawing shading view while I'm working. 36, and then the height. Oh, there's a hole in the side, and that full face fillet. So I did this one around here, and that makes it fun because this dimension to the top doesn't actually go to the top. It goes to there plus another 10, so it's 88. This will be mid-plane. Already so 20, 40. You can see I've just covered the bottom. Just enough. Yeah, full round fillet, right, done. and then a hole, 19, maybe a hole wizard would be quicker there. And yeah, you can see I've got an issue here. That's not going to work. That hole, that needs to be, do that after. I have to do it twice anyway. So it's just selecting that, and this time select contour down. Not a boss, it's the wrong one. Extrude, all right. And then we can mirror, it should be correct. Nope, what are we missing? Radius 16. Let's save it and we can find out. Alright, so again, just assessment mode. I have a look at those hidden lines. They look pretty good. We've got lines going through all. Have I got anything wrong with the height? That was a little bit annoying, that dimension there. Should be 40, 20, 19. So from center to center should be 78, 68. Radius of 20. Yeah, that was my mistake. So that should be 98. It looks better. And 538, there we go. All right, so first attempt, not too bad. But you can see I've got 7 features, so we want to tidy that up again. This sketch stays, and at that stage it stays. Because I'm either doing this sketch first or this sketch first. What I want to try and do is get rid of doing this hole. Now the way that I did that extrude, I don't want to have to do that bit there, because I don't want to have to do that one offset. If I did that first, everything else could just be built off that, and maybe that's a better solution. So this one, where we are going up to next, are we? Offset, blind, merge. Let's roll all this back. I just want to flip these two. So maybe it's on that midpoint other than the origin. Flip, 1, 2. Come on, sketch 3, sketch 2. We will tweak that. That's why. Is that why it didn't want to work? Because that cut extrude, I bet. So delete the cut extrude. You can bring it below. You can do this sketch first, rejoin it to the origin, and that goes down 40. So it's just going to be up, down? I'm going down 40. Because then the next sketch can still be on the origin. I wonder if I did that mid-plane, if that would make a difference. Could I use anything here? I like using delete face. Will that get me another hole here? No. Alright, so it's these two that I want to get done nice and fast. If I did a delete face, can I do it this way? Yes. And then can I do this? No. It won't let me do that, because you can see there it clears that hole at the same time. So what's quicker to redo? It would be this one. Like I feel doing that other sketch first, extruding, and then doing this twice might just be the go. Not worrying about the mirroring, just do it mid-plane and it's done. And mirror the top bit later. You can still mirror the whole body, but like I only have to sketch half of it. So in that case, we flip these around again. It's not going to like it. We delete these bits. Put that. So that means we'd start with this one. We go mid-plane, 55, and then we've got our second sketch, and we're doing a few things. We're going 40 down. Next we are up to surface. And then last, we're going to cut through all. Just got to then make sure we're doing the right selections. But that is pretty quick. It's just we've got 4 features. And then we're going on the top. So we don't have a mid-plane there anymore. That's okay. We want to be safe, get that fully defined. We do it that way. Fill it that. We can mirror here. It still works. 538. But I'm now up to 8 features. All right. Well, it's a good time to pause now. 6th of May. We spent just over an hour on these tutorials. We spent just over an hour on these tutorials trying things out. We'll sit on it and see how people go, and we'll come back in a couple of weeks' time and use the hard work of other people, leverage that, and get a really efficient time. All right, we'll continue that. See ya. All right, we've sat on this for a week. A few more videos have come in. Time to practice and get some speed happening. Target for this first part is under 1:30. We're gonna hit the time lapse. When we're good, we'll move on to the next one. Get all 3 good, we'll do a proper recording. Sit tight. Hey guys, so we are now May 28th and spent the last week, a couple of days, a couple of nights, having a look at some of the other videos from the guys in the challenge. Cute, QWERTY CA, who's doing a great job, super fast from Canada. And so I'm taking a lot of inspiration from his videos and his sequencing here, cleaned up a few things, and now I'm just doing a few attempts to try and get that speed down. So that last run I did, I think it was without any mistakes. Quick with the clicks, with the dimension entry, relation entry, and trying to minimize mistakes. I don't think I'm going to get as fast as some of those top guys there. My aim is to try and get under 5 minutes. That would put me top 5. So let's see how we go, how many more attempts we do. We've probably got another 2 hours tonight to give this a go. So yeah, stick around. Okay. Ready to go. That hurts. Come on. Fuck, it's so slow. No. Oh. On. Whew. Not bad. Not bad. That would put us in the top 5. I think that'll do. Thank you very much to Qwerty CA for his inspiration, and of course to Toby for the challenges. Great stuff, mate. Keep it up. Looking forward to the World Champs when they're coming up, and the submission challenges for that. Might try and get a bit of a higher ranking this time. All right, I hope you enjoyed, guys. See you next time.